good morning, guys. Good morning. I say good morning because we film these in the morning, and if you're watching this at 8:30 at night, know that I'm probably already asleep. It's a beautiful day. We're sitting on the side of the road out here over at an unincorporated Orange County park. I'm working a little blind just because my screen here just went dead a couple of seconds before we went on, but it's okay. Because everything else is functioning. It's just a safety thing. All is well. So I found out that it's pretty simple for us to take an Ask Trooper Steve, especially if it's a good one, and flip it to a Trooper Steve on patrol. So I got an email just the other day. I want to see if I can find it. And found it. Dear Trooper Steve, I'm writing to formally address the reoccurring issues of vehicle obstructing sidewalks and crosswalks. My partner utilizes a wheelchair, and we frequently encounter blocked pathways. These obstructions really eliminate the navigating into the street to reach medical appointments, posing a significant safety risk. Could you please take the necessary action to inform drivers of the importance of keeping these areas clear to ensure proper accessibility? And that came from Jack. You know what, Jack? I dang straight can, and I'm absolutely going to do that because that's really important. So I'll tell you a little secret. I got a ticket when I was 16 years old for blocking the sidewalk outside my parents' house when I first started driving. Yes. 116, 114, I don't remember, dollar ticket. No points. It was a non-moving violation, but I got a ticket for it. And I was really confused because I'm like, wait, I'm parked in my driveway. I'm parked in my parents' house. The sidewalk is there, but the driveway is there. Well, believe it or not, Florida Statute 316.1945, if you want to look that up on your own, gives you a complete breakdown. And right off the top, it says, except when necessary to avoid a conflict with other traffic or in compliance with law or the direction of a police officer or official traffic control device, no person shall, the key three words, stop or stand or park a vehicle on the roadway, side of a vehicle stopped or parked at the edge of a curb or street, on a sidewalk, within an intersection, on a crosswalk, or between a safety zone adjacent to a 30-foot point curb. We don't need to go into that. Alongside any opposite street where obstructions when stopping, upon a bridge or elevated structure, on any railroad tracks, on a bicycle path. So all the things that you're probably sitting here going, wait, we can't do that? No, you can't do that. So let's break it down. Got these cool little images that we can just show and talk about a little bit. So when we first talk about what is 316.1945 and obstructing it, it's eliminating the access for a pedestrian, for someone in a wheelchair when they're trying to get up on a sidewalk. If your vehicle is blocking that, that would be for like you and me right now, just walking down a sidewalk there. That is improperly parked, and you technically can get a ticket for that. The sidewalks are regulated, meaning ADA, under the American Disability Act, kids trying to go to school, families and things like that. I just had someone go crazy honking because we are in results 1, and I'm pretty sure they recognized us, because if not, they're pretty blind, because this is awesome. But yes, that's what we're talking about. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to come out, take a little drive, hit the neighborhood a little bit, and see if we can come across some of these vehicles that are blocking the sidewalk. And you think about it, well, Steve, this isn't that big of a deal. Well, it's not that big of a deal for you. And when things don't affect us, when things are not part of our daily lives or issue, you don't think about it. you don't realize how it affects other people. So the things we do, even though mostly not intentional, they're like, all these guys are like all Trooper Steve fans. It's kind of cool. Here in, look at that. Peace, guys. Take it easy. I love when this kind of stuff happens, guys. Absolutely love it. So we're going to take a nice little drive here in this residential part of the neighborhood. And what we're looking for, okay, are any of the sidewalks obstructed? We're up here for City area off of 434. We're going to dive into some of the neighborhoods here. But whether it's a commercial vehicle, whether it's a residential vehicle, whether you are visiting your friends, you are not allowed to obstruct a sidewalk. And our first one here, you can see it right here as we're traveling here off of Riverside Park. You have this pest control vehicle obstructing the sidewalk. I understand they might be trying to conduct business and things like that, but you'd have to park parallel to the roadway and not obstruct the actual sidewalk itself. What happens if a kid was headed to school? What happens if they were headed home? You're now forcing them to go into the roadway, right? You're not intentionally doing that, and I get it, but that's what your mistake is doing. Here, maintenance vehicle parked on the grass, not obstructing the sidewalk. So, kind of works out a little bit. All right, so we're going to pull into Lakeside Woods here and just take a little drive in the neighborhood, because this is where you tend to see it, is into normal neighborhoods. Sometimes, not all the time, maybe we've got a really proper acting residential community, and I can only hope that. That's what I want, all right? So as we're driving here, first thing I'm looking, this first vehicle off to the right-hand side, pulled up far enough, sidewalk is completely clear. Same thing on the left, the Toyota Matrix, backed up far enough to where someone could easily take a nice stroll, their dog, if they're out with their wheelchair, whatnot. And ultimately, that's who you're doing it for. You're doing it for your neighbor. You're making sure that you're setting the example and that the kids have a place to walk in your community. The elderly have a place to go out and stroll, because let's be real, a lot of trips, a lot of mistakes can happen when you end up walking out into the roadway. So we're just cruising here for this neighborhood for right now. And everyone seems to be really, a lot of cars, but everyone's properly parked so far. I haven't seen any major mistake. Let's see if this white BMW here right in front of us. So this is the prime example, though. You want this lady walking her dog. Love it. BMW here, not blocking the sidewalk. Thank you. This is a really, I bet you they enforce it in this neighborhood. Red Camry, left-hand side, pulled up far enough, not blocking the sidewalk. Vehicles pretty much properly parked. No, we don't. We've got two improperly parked vehicles, right-hand side. Why are these improperly parked? They need to be parked with the flow of traffic, right? You park in the direction that traffic is going. As we continue driving here, we haven't seen one vehicle obstructing a sidewalk, and that's really awesome. That's a good neighborhood. Truck over here to the left pulled up forward. So we talked about 316.1945, talking about vehicles obstructing a crosswalk, a sidewalk. Is it a violation? And yes, in the state of Florida, it is 100% a violation, even if your driveway has a sidewalk that goes across it. If you are if you don't own that sidewalk, then, which 99% of you don't, then you are not allowed to block it. But Steve, I live in a neighborhood and the sidewalk's on my side and I've got a big vehicle. Sorry, not sorry. You cannot block that. And we talked about, for really good reason. Whether it's ADA, whether it's kids headed to school, you don't want to be the ones that push them into the street. Whether it's someone just going for a walk or a jog, taking their dog, or maybe you take your cat out. I don't know. But I was driving earlier, and right across the street from where we just picked, I spotted a few. So look at these. These were taken 5 minutes before we hopped on. This Jeep there, clearly blocking it. Another SUV blocking the roadway there. This one backed in. It's been there for a while, I could tell. So violation. And this one, can you tell he puts that down there for a while? Fully covered up. So would that be a ticket? Yes, ticket. How about this one? Citation? Yep, citation. Probably wouldn't be too happy. This one, and obviously this guy, because he would probably say, I do it all the time. But doing it all the time doesn't make it right. All right. So what I want to do, we still have some time. I want to move on to a different neighborhood. We're going to go right across the street here to Riverside Cove and see if we spot. We were just in Riverside Woods. Let's see if the competing neighborhood across the way is as well behaved as the Woods. All right, so from the Woods to the Cove here, what my understanding is, it looks like they probably run a tight ship, meaning the HOA is really strict and lets you know, hey, keep the sidewalks open. Because a lot of these vehicles that I'm seeing, a lot of these residential areas that I'm seeing, you can tell they pulled up like really far. Just to make sure, and I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, they're obviously taking care of it. So as I'm looking around here, I'm not spotting a single violation in this area. But those pictures I had showed you just a little while ago were located a quarter mile from me, right where that viewer Jack had told us where he had seen those things. So at the end of the day here, guys, what's the bottom line? The sidewalk doesn't belong to us unless we're a pedestrian. So your car should never be placed anywhere on top of it. It could be close to it, it could be next to it, but it could never be on top of it. And it's not simply because the state says so, it's because, hey, your neighbors want to use it. That's the big thing. I would never want to be the guy, we'll call us the clown, that parks at home, and when kids have to go by my house, they have to go over there. Okay, I don't know what I just witnessed, so I'm going to flip my camera real quick. So this pedestrian running on the side here, I just hope he's okay in a normal state of mind. The way he dodged out in front of traffic was not normal. Not normal in, made the hair stick up on my neck a little bit there. It was a little weird. But okay, here's another one. This vehicle, all on the right-hand side. Just because you are doing lawn maintenance does not give you authority to park in obscure ways. Man, that triggered me. There's the landscaping in my neighborhood, they don't do a good job. For the front entrance, they park within like 10 feet of the stop sign of when you're pulling in, and it makes no sense. One day I'm going to end up inside of their cabin, of their trailer, and be like, oh wow, great equipment. Hope my car can fit in here. Just always making sure that we can visually see what's going on. So what do we learn? Don't block the box. Don't block the sidewalk. Make sure that you are aware of what you're doing. Don't just set it and forget it. You can do that with your rotisserie chicken, but you can't do that with your vehicle. Set it, look around, make sure it's properly done, and then move on with the rest of your day. You don't want to make your little mistakes, what? Everyone else's mistakes. So yes, to answer the question, it is illegal to block a sidewalk, even if you live in a neighborhood, even if your driveway pulls up to that area and you have a residential crosswalk there or a sidewalk, you are not authorized to block it. Guys, have a great day. Drive safely out there. I love y'all. Be safe, and I'll see you later.